Hey, it's Frank here with 4D Honeybee, and we're going to check on this once struggling hive, now absolutely booming. So this is the hive where I showed up a week ago to do a mite treatment, and I found brood in the upper box, but I have a queen excluder, which should be blocking that box. So after a week of thought, I got to think the most likely scenario is that the queen has made her way through the excluder up into the top box to lay, but I got to make sure about that today. If I go in today, when I go in today, I'm gonna inspect that top box really closely for a queen. If I don't find a queen, I'm gonna assume that it's the queen that's down in the bottom that's laying. The queen is marked in that hive, so she's really easy to spot. But anyway, I gotta figure out if there's one queen or two queens in there. If there's one queen, I'll probably just remove that queen excluder because it ain't working. And then I'll remove the mite treatment. I'm gonna really suit up today because bees hate it when they got the mite treatments on and you open their box. I hate the mite treatments in general, but hopefully we'll check for a nice mite drop. And 7 days after I initiated the treatment, so now's the perfect time. 18 degrees out, which is 64 Fahrenheit. It's a fantastic day for bees. Thanks for joining me at 4D Honeybee. Just take a look at the bee activity here. It's pretty good. Always show you in tight camera angles and pictures, but never kind of show the above image. Hopefully you can see all those bees coming and going. They get airborne, they do kind of a little semicircle over the hive, and then they take off. And of course you got a whole bunch of incoming bees as well. I'm going to remove that goldenrod that's sitting there in front of the hive there, because that's just getting in their way. The other hive looks really good too. Looks like I'm heading into fall with two good strong hives now. Just got to work out what's happening in that hive, because I've got a queen going through the excluder or two queens in there. Let's find out. Okay, so here we go. Got the smoker going. We got both cameras going. Yep. And let's see how these bees do. Let's see what they're doing too. So again, trying to determine if there's a queen in the upper box. So I've got to really do a slow, painstaking inspection here. Look, because it's early morning, you can see, well, it's not really early morning, it's kind of noon. You can see the dew on the box already. A couple of cold, really cold nights here. So they're starting to deal with moisture already. Look at how subdued they are right now. Look at those guys. Ooh, earwig. Get in there. Really happy with how my my homegrown feed turned out. The amount of activity at the front of this box, I'll just show you a quick look, is the most I've ever seen. It's September 21, and this hive was struggling badly, 3 weeks ago, or maybe a month ago. Close to a month ago is when I requeened it. I squished the queen and put a new queen in there, and so far it looks like she's doing pretty amazing. So looking for the queen on this top box. And maybe you can see a previous video where I always say this and I never find her. And last time I came out, I did find the queen on this inner lid. Don't see a queen now. So you see a good kind of center mass right here of bees. That tells me there's probably brood on these 4 frames, and if there is a queen up here, she might be in this vicinity. Let's have a look. Again, I'm going to try to make this a very methodical inspection, because I really need to know how brood got up in this top box. Like I said, most likely, I think it's probably the queen got around the excluder, but who knows? These bees are pretty amazing critters. If you haven't figured that from my videos, I'm telling you now. Okay, what do we got for sun? Sun's over here. Let's bring the box over here and just look for the queen. Here's an outside frame that they're filling with honey. I like to pull 2 frames out and leave them outside of the box. Gives me room to work inside the box. Okay, let's see what we're going here. Mostly a nectar frame. Looking for a queen on here, and I do not see her. Not many bees on this frame either. Look at that bee on my glove. I wonder if it's looking for a place to sting. They will sting through these gloves, even though they are beekeepers' gloves. Doesn't hurt as much. You probably don't get as much venom going into you, but it's part of the game. So far, they're very well behaved. You can see down below there, you can see the mite treatment, the Mite Away Quick Strip. I'll pull those off today. But usually bees are not happy when they've got those mite strips on. They're pretty intrusive things. Okay, let's see what we got going here. Okay, here is a frame just primed for laying. Easy now, what's going on there? The bee caught in my glove. That's why I don't like using gloves. It's just putting honey and nectar in at the top. So this could be a frame for the queen to lay in. She would lay in the middle and work her way out. They would surround the middle with honey and pollen to feed the brood. Let's take a look at this frame. You can see the bigger holes at the bottom, the bigger comb, that's for drones. If they laid eggs in there, they would probably be making drones. Which I don't think they're going to be doing much of this late in the season. As a matter of fact, I saw them starting to kill drones, because they will get them all out of their hives. Okay, next 3 frames should be really interesting. I'm not going to try not to smoke them, even though there's a lot of bees on here. They are really, really well behaved right now. So let's just try and keep that going. Okay. What do we got here? Okay, here's a nice frame of hatched out brood. You can see how there's no brood in the middle, and there's just a little leftover brood at the edges. And it looks like they're now backfilling this with honey. So this is what you expect of a hive that is starting to slow down for winter. Let's see what this side says. Yeah, this side is exactly the same. You see how there's brood on the outside? It's still capped. That's just hatching out. The brood has hatched out from the inside. And now on this one too, they're filling it with honey. So again, looking for a queen here. Now the queen that I put in the bottom box is marked. So if she has snuck up in here, and if she's up here now, I should be able to find her easily enough. I've had a good year for spotting queens, I gotta say. I'm usually the first one to admit I'm not good at spotting queens, but this year I have been good at it. So that's me patting me in the back. Look for the queen on here. She could easily lay in here. They're just building it out. And this is why I've got to start feeding these bees very soon, because they still have some comb to draw out. My original plan was to reduce this to a 1-frame box. Sorry, a 1-box hive. Just the lower brood body box. So they're just drawing this frame out. This is nice. It wasn't anywhere near as drawn out a week ago. Wow, lots of bees on here. So this would be a primo frame to find the queen on, because there's so much activity. And they're hatching out brood as well in this frame. You can see the brood on the edges and on the inside. Looks like they're backfilling with honey again. Let's see what's going on this side. Same. See, the brood is all hatched out right up to the edge. Looking for the queen now. Had a couple of really cold nights. Had a couple of nights went down to 0 Celsius, 32 Fahrenheit. So you got the feeling that along with, of course, the sun's inclination, triggers these bees into getting fall and winter ready. Okay, let's see this one. Just heavy with brood. Look at that. What a beautiful frame of brood. See, the darker stuff is capped a longer time ago, and the lighter stuff on the outside is just being capped now. Kind of neat. Again, looking for a queen. I do not see her. Oh, look at that brood here. Wow, just amazing. See if you can spot the queen on this frame here. Again, being that this frame is completely laid, don't really expect to see the queen here. These are bees that are taken care of, warming, capping the brood. So maybe one more frame where there could be and should be brood and maybe a queen. I'm just gonna have to give them a little bit of smoke. Some of their defenders are coming up at me now. Yeah, I'm gonna give them a bit of smoke. Just a bit, just a touch. Oh, another heavy, heavy frame. Loaded with brood, look at this. Wow. Well, again, loaded with brood, I mean, frames can be more loaded than this. And there's the queen. There's the queen right on the bottom. Look at that. There she is. You see her? I have two queens. Oh my goodness. Take a look at this queen right here. Right there. You see her? I have two queens in this box. Holy smokes. Getting a little antsy, so I'm keeping her close to the box. Get her on the GoPro there, nice and close. Definitely a queen bee right there. And on the other side. There she is. Okay, so I have two queens. So what in the world do I do now? Well, I think, I don't know. Do I just keep them like this? Do I definitely need to get help from a mentor here because I've never experienced this before. Never had a hive do such funky things and then end up producing two queens. So I'm going to take this top box off now that I know conclusively that there's a queen up here. And I'm going to remove the mite treatments. I'll have a look down below because I did look down below and I did spot the other queen. But to be able to do that all in one video is kind of appealing. So, two queens. Man, oh man. Went from no queens to two queens. Crazy. Okay. Stay tuned.